Good morning, everyone. It is great to have you here for Monday Mindset. It's just a great way to start the week. You know what? If you're not able to listen to this on Monday morning, really just having these little nuggets and tidbits of information is great to pick you up at any time during the week whenever you might need it. But I'm going to start out by giving thanks and gratitude to the other three women that I am in partnership with. I'm Denise, and every Monday, either Samantha Schwartz, Amy Pepping, or Amanda Kingsley or myself are here for you. And we get together to bring you this mindset update. But we're not the creators of the information. All we're doing is taking information that inspires us, lifts us up, or challenges us, and bringing it to you in hopes that it might have a positive effect for you, just like it does for us. So today we are going to be talking about be, do, have. And you probably don't realize that this is a daily part, a part of your daily operation, your daily mindset, your daily actions, your daily being. You don't even realize it, and I hope this brings greater attention to this for you. So what we are raised to believe is that if we have something, then we will be able to do something, and then we will be able to be something. So the greatest example is that if we have an education or training, we will be able to do work, or we will be able to advance in a job. And then we will be successful. That is, the most prevalent one that we are all familiar with. We have to go to college. We have to do that. And then we have to do the work in order that we can then be successful, right? We have to have education, do work, and then be successful. And with that train of thought, we're always putting that be part, the successful part, or the happy part. Really, it's really happy that we're looking for. And we're always putting that out in the future. I can't be happy until I have and do this first. And what I am going to begin shifting for you today is that we are going to turn that upside down. We are going to look at it from the other direction, and that we are going to be happy and then do something so that we can have what we want. Okay? We're going to look at it the other direction. We've all heard of the phrase that money doesn't buy you happiness. And so we're going to look at the thought of that the harder you try to do something, or the harder that you try to have money, the less you have of it. And so you know I'm looking at my notes at the same time as I look at these. What you are being, it's what you are being while you are doing something that is going to get you to what you have. That's what we're going to talk about. So there's two examples that I'll be sharing with you. The first example is two plumbers in Cincinnati, Ohio. So I'm going to call them Plumber A and Plumber B, just to keep it simple. No, I wanted to give them names, and I'm like, I'll just get confused. So we'll just call them Plumber A and Plumber B. And what you want to know about both plumbers is this. They're both in Cincinnati. They're just a block and a half apart from each other. They're in a smaller type community, and their locations are close to one another. Not only that, but they're really close in age. One plumber is 36 years old. The other is 38 years old. They both went to the very same school. They have the same kind of families. They were brought up the same. They went to the same school, same education, same skill set. Everything about them is matched. Plumber A, though, is very highly successful. Plumber A has staff people in the office to answer the phones and do the bookkeeping and to order the inventory that needs to be ordered. And in addition, he or she just hired 3 more people needed out in the field to go out and do the work. Okay? And Plumber A, his manner of being is that he's super optimistic. He's extremely helpful to the people of the community. In fact, the way so many people describe him is as being sweet. He's so friendly. He's so cheerful. He's there for you whenever you need a helping hand. There's never too much you can ask from him. And he has the attitude that he will never fail someone. And in fact, what he does when he gets to a job is the very first thing he does is he hands his customer a certificate that says, if you are not 1,000% happy, not only am I going to give you a full money-back guarantee, but I'm also going to do whatever work is necessary at no cost to you at all until you are happy. And the other thing that he does is he sits down with them and gives them his price sheet, which is his cost of goods, what it actually costs him for his materials. And so if let's say that the project's going along and everybody's happy, and then he suddenly realizes, or because of the situation that comes up, they all realize, oh, we didn't realize that when we'd open that wall, it would be like this, and now there's going to be an additional cost. Well, now that's not something he did wrong, right? That's not because of his actions. It's like it was unforeseen, and that's not his problem. But what he does do is he gives his customer the additional cost of goods at his cost. He doesn't add more cost. It's at his cost. When you're a traditional business owner, you have to add cost to goods and everything because of all the other expenses you have for your heat, electricity, insurance, and everything else, additional schooling and such. So if there's something unexpected, he gives them the product, the goods at cost. And what ends up happening is that not only do his customers are extremely happy with his work, and they tell everybody in town about what a good guy he is and how optimistic and how honest and how giving and how he works so hard and how he's always whistling and has a little skip in his step. But they also give him a tip, which he shares, of course. And what it is it's not exactly what he's doing for them. It's not what they have because of him, but it's the way he is being that they love him so much. Okay? And then there's Plumber B. And Plumber B is kind of just lumping along through life. He's not really happy. His business is significantly smaller. He doesn't have additional staff. It's just him alone. And if he brings his wife in 1 or 2 days a week to try and help answer phones and get caught up on bookkeeping and things like that. And Plumber B, he's never had a tragedy in his life, but he's always had little things that he's been struggling with. He's always seeming to have to overcome obstacles. And because of that, he just has a beingness of him of life is difficult. And if he has the beingness of life is difficult, then you know what? He brings that beingness of difficulty with him when he is with his customers. And then when there are unforeseen situations, it's that, life is difficult, life is hard, life is, victim, everything is difficult and tough. People don't pay you for the stuff you give them. They pay you or buy from you from your state of being. And so I'd like you to think about an organization that you're in, a company that you're in, and can you see people within that company who are highly successful in your mind compared to where you're at? Can you see people that have more success than you do? And are you all on an equal playing field? And do you have equal access to what they have? And so then I question you: is it their attitude? Is it their way of being? What I see is that I am so guilty of so much of this, you guys. I do believe that I am preaching what I need to hear. What I have learned through this process is that we are trying to get to a place where we need to actually come from. We are trying to get to a place of success and happiness, and we actually need to come from the place of success and happiness. We need to do and have what the beingness of success and happiness is. And so, is what we need to be, do is look at the person, the people that you want to be. Okay, look at them. You want to be like them, right? If you want to be like them, you have to do like them, and then you will have what they have, their success. Okay? So if they are being confident and doggedness, the nose to the grindstone, focus, if they are being focused and they are being confident and they are being stick-to-itiveness, if that's what they're being, then that's what you need to do and be as well. You need to be like them and do like them to have their success. So another example is a story I heard about how a couple was on their way to the guy, his brother was having a birthday party, and they were on their way to his brother's birthday party. And he was in a foul mood. He was in a really pissy mood. And his wife is like, you can't do this to your brother. You can't do this to all the people at the party. If you show up in this mood, it is going to affect everybody. It's going to affect the party. You know, and most of all, it's going to affect your happiness at this party. It's going to affect your the way you interact, the way you get to be, the way you get to do the things you do, and what you get to have from that party, what you're going to receive from the other people. Because if you're pissy, you're not going to do things that happy people do, and you're not going to get things that the happy people are getting. So you got to change your mind, change your way of being. You've got to be happy. And he was like, you're right, I do. I'm going to try. I'm going to do this. I really am. And so they got to the party. He opened the door and walked in, and he just started immediately with the first person. He just changed his state of being. It requires a state of being. And you have to decide to change that state of being. You do that. You can do it in advance. I'm going to do this. When I open that door, I'm going to do this. But really in that statement of I'm going to do this, you've already started. Okay? And so what happened? He got into the party, and he had a great time. He had some terrific conversations. He danced, he swam, and he got to have a good time. I bet he got a lot more than that. And sometimes in the beginning of changing your being, it might feel a little artificial, but stay aware, keep asking questions. If you've listened to me before, you know that I always say the quality of your questions identifies the quality of your life. How would a person who is being happy act? What would they act? What would they do? What would they have? So ask questions. And here's another thing, is we tend to judge ourselves. We judge what we have right now and do accordingly which creates our state of being, right? Well, this is what I have right now, and that just automatically says, okay, well, I have less, I'm going to do less, and it just creates the state of being less. So, but if you turn it around and create the being of more, the being of happy and successful, you know what I identified yesterday in a meeting is my word is contribution. I just got tears in my eyes, and this has never happened to me. If Amanda is listening to this, you've got to hear me right now, Amanda. It's contribution. I am so happy when I get to be in contribution. I know that I can overdo it too, but there's a whole part to that. Okay, you know what? I just lost my train of thought. And I got it. I'm so sorry. I'm going to move on. So, I'm so sorry. What we think, though, is that in order to feel secure, in order to be happy, that it is all of that is based on what we already have or that we have to do. And we just need to turn that around and be the person that we want to be. And what I was going to say is, I'm sorry, I just found my thought. I like to be in contribution, but I have these visions of being in contribution in big ways, most specifically for my family. And this is something that has been with me for over 30 years. Dreams that I have to be in contribution for my family. But what I realize is that I need to be in contribution just in small ways. And when I am feeling less than, or working so hard to get to something, to do something, and doing and trying and working hard doing so that I can have, so that I can be happy. When I'm doing all that hard stuff, then what I want to be is getting even less, and I need to just do things in smaller. I need to do that. I'm suggesting this to everyone else. Let me just look here at my notes one more time. I have a feeling today's message is going to be a little shorter than usual. I also think I'm going to be overlooking something. But a lot of this, to sum it up, is that when you be, you and then do what it is you want to be, the haves will follow you. The haves just follow. Instead of having to this and then do that in order to be successful and happy, if you choose to be happy and just change it up, you will end up having what you want. And Gandhi said, you must be the change you want to see, right? You must be the change you want to see. And the change you want to see is being able to do and have what you imagine is going to bring you happiness. So if you be the happiness now, you will get to do and have what it is you want. I think I've said the same thing many different times. Would love to have a conversation with somebody about this. And what I might probably do is that when I post or when Samantha posts the recording, I will add a video or two from YouTube that you can go back and hear this perspective from a couple of different people. Because I do believe that when we listen to a message from more than one person, we hear it in different ways. In fact, I know that Samantha has talked to me about do, be, have before, but it didn't really hit me until I posted that I was going to be talking about be, do, have, and then she said that it was one of her favorite mindsets. And I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, now I remember she's talked to me about this. So here I am being just like her, somebody who I admire so much. I'm being just like Sam, and I'm doing just like Sam, so I can have just like Sam. Oh, gracious goodness, this is fun. I am feeling so happy right now bringing this message to you, and I hope that each of you, as you are hearing this message, are being joyful, confident, encouraged, and that you will then go out and do the things that you either have been procrastinating or fearful about, because then you're going to have all that you want to have to make you feel comfortable, and that what you want for your family will be there for you. Have a great and blessed week. I think Amanda is coming to you next week, which she's so awesome. Everybody is. And we look forward to connecting with you soon. Take care. Bye-bye now.